Joining us now is a man that needs no real introduction. We'll do it anyway, though. Very good morning to the legend that is Noel Gallagher. Good morning, Noel.
Morning, Noel.
Good morning. How you doing?
We're doing well, mate. We're doing well. Now, listen, Noel, before we get any further, I'm a half-full kind of guy. You know that. I'm an optimist. But when Coutinho scored that goal, mate, you need to give me your honest thoughts.
Do you know what? I'd given it up. I had a bad feeling about the game going up there yesterday, and I'll tell you why in a minute. And but funnily enough, something happened just after that goal, which I've never seen at the Etihad before. The crowd got completely behind the team after the second goal, and how that team could go from being absolutely appalling, at the worst I've ever seen us play ever, and that's saying something, to this machine in the last 10 minutes was just staggering. And I wasn't in the stadium for the Aguero moment. I was away on tour, but that ran it pretty close yesterday. It was the atmosphere was incredible.
I know that you get let into the dressing room quite often when they win things, which is quite often. Did you go into the dressing room at full time yesterday?
Well, let me tell you what happened to me yesterday. So, as the third goal goes in, right, there is absolute bedlam, as you can imagine, in the stadium. And where we sit, Ruben Diaz's family are in the box, a couple of boxes up, right? So I'm jumping around like an idiot, passing my 11-year-old son around like the Premier League trophy. Everyone's lifting him up. And I turn round, and Ruben Diaz's dad runs straight into me, right? Headbutts me, right? I'm on the floor covered in blood, right? I don't see the last 2 minutes. I've got to get taken down by the St. John's ambulance, right, to get stitched up. I've got stitches in my top lip. I've got 2 black eyes. As I'm going down the corridor, Pep's running up crying, right? And we kind of hug each other. And I'm like, no, where are they going? She says, what's up with your face? And I was like, go and see the players. Nothing to do with me. And if you've seen me today, right, I look like I've just arrived home from the 80s from Elland Road, right? I look like I've had my head smashed in. Right, it's unbelievable. A load of City fans are going, mate, you all right? What's happened? I went, you'll never guess. You'll never guess.
I mean, I imagine Ruben's dad's all right, is he?
Not a mark on him.
Not a mark on him.
Not a mark on him. He's a big bear of a man. And I was honestly, I mean, you know, I've got rehearsals today. I don't even honestly, he almost knocked my teeth out, right, or what's left of them. And but the good thing about that is, you know, I'm kind of on the way to rehearsals now in a minute, but I have got 3 Liverpool fans in my band.
Oh, right? That'll be fun.
So this is going to be a great day. I'm going to get my daughter to film it, and this is going to be a fun afternoon. But as days go at the Etihad, I think that's right up there with the best.
Yeah. No, you must have been in the dressing room after the game. You saw the fans run on the pitch, but what was it like in there with the players, with the managers? It must have been amazing feeling.
All right, you're obviously not listening to what I'm saying because I've just said, right?
Yeah, but you must have got in there eventually, surely.
You're having what's known as a Darren Bent moment, right? So,
yeah, but you must have got in there eventually.
I'll go through it again for you, lad. So what's happened is, right, I've got knocked out by Ruben Diaz's dad. I'm covered in blood.
You're not. You're telling me you didn't get in there afterwards.
No, you're not going to tell me you get stitches, are you?
Come on. So what's your name, lad? Who are you? What's your name?
That's Jamie O'Hara.
So you've missed the whole parade.
No,
you missed everything.
Welcome to the world, no.
Are you in Riverdance?
I can't believe you've missed the whole parade.
No, I got back up to see them lift the trophy, obviously, and then I didn't go to the dressing room because I'd seen Pep, and then I had to leg it, actually, because I had to get my son back to London because he's got school camp this morning. So that's what happened. But I tell you what, give us your number and I'll text it to you later, so you've got the full rundown for when you're on the sports bar tonight. All right?
No, tell me. I don't want to wish last season away, right? But next season, I mean, Haaland, he's one of my favourite players, right? So I cannot wait to see him play in this country. What difference is he going to make to City? And the other question I want to ask you is, would you like to see your team strengthened in any other departments?
Well, I think there's going to be a tactical shift in the team anyway. So I think the possession-based thing where we just strangle the game is going to go, because we're going to have to play with an out-and-out centre-forward. And I think Pep kind of quite liked the fact that his experimental false nine thing, he got to do it over a season, and we've won the league. But I always thought there was a tactical shift anyway, so I think we're going to be a bit more exciting next season because we'll have to give a place up in midfield.
Yeah.
And I think the games are going to be more open and exciting. And I think, can we score any more goals than 99? I don't know. But I heard that there was a City fan on before, and I think he was right when he's saying where the difference is going to come is in the cup competitions, because if anybody is going to get us over the line in the Champions League, it'd be this kid, and we can't wait to see him. And even my Liverpool fans who are in my band are saying, it's dreadful for them, but it is good for the league when we've actually got like a superstar coming, and we want to see him. And obviously he's going to be a blue, which is amazing. But I'm fascinated as to what this kid's going to do.
I wanted to ask, because you mentioned it a minute ago, you saw how emotional Pep was running down the tunnel and crying. I haven't really seen him be that emotional that much before. Why do you think it meant more this time, or made him so emotional?
Well, the only time I've seen him that emotional is when he said to me, "Look, I'm going to give this team talk soon, but I want to play Coldplay." And I was like, "Hey, what are you talking about?" And he said, "Well, I'm going to, the sound bed, it's usually Oasis, a bit cliched now, though. What do you think?" And I was like, "Hey, do you want to win this?" I said, "Do you want to win this game or draw?" And he said, "We want to draw." I said, "Play Coldplay then." And he cried. and he cried his eyes out. And I said, look, don't start singing Fix You to me, mate. Just go in, sort it with the players. And, we drew. And I said, there you go, mate. That's what you get.
No, it could have been worse. They could have shoved Blur on, man. That'd have been a disaster.
Well, absolutely.
I didn't have him as a Coldplay fan, I've got to be honest.
I knew. I've met him a few times. I know he's a Coldplay fan, but you can forgive him anything, even that, you know what I mean? But, it was an emotional moment, because we were down. Liverpool were going to win that game no matter what, and we were dreadful. We were dreadful against West Ham last week as well in the first half. And then, to have that moment, there was nobody left from the Aguero era on the pitch. So this team have dragged it forward, and I don't know now what that team have to do now to be classed as one of the all-time great teams. I just heard what's his name there a minute ago, and he said to him, I said, one of the all-time great teams, and there's a pause, right? And there's like, well, I think you'd have to say it. You don't have to say it. If Liverpool get a corner, it's the greatest corner of all time.
Here's one for you, No, I want to ask you, mate, right? We talk about City, how easy in the eye, they're brilliant to watch, they're fantastic to watch. But you mentioned it there, mate. A lot of people probably don't realise or understand the resilience. They're 2-0 down at West Ham, and they're 2-0 down yesterday. I mean, that's the potential to be a disaster.
Yeah. I mean, with Kevin De Bruyne in the last 10 minutes yesterday found something within himself. He went mental. I mean, I've never seen anything like it. And again, it's staggering to see our team can go from being so awful in the first 60 minutes or whatever it was to being like tigers in the last 10 minutes. But, you're not like crazy things happen in football. Mad things happen like that night in Madrid, We're kind of all looking at the thing, trying to book some flights, and then the next thing, we're out, And mad stuff happens in football, particularly on the last day. When the second goal went in yesterday, I'm calling someone who I know down here, and I'm like, what are the house prices in Ukraine? How are they? And then, 10 minutes later, you're kind of, on the floor covered in blood, crying with the manager. It's kind of, football's mad. That's why we love it.
Are you gonna watch? Sorry, Jamie, I just interrupted you.
Sorry, go on.
Did I save you from yourself though?
No, you're all right. Go on.
You ask your question. Go on.
But no, I was going to ask about Grealish. I listened to his interview yesterday, saying it was one of the hardest seasons he's ever had. Didn't realise how hard it was to play for Man City and win something. What does he need to do next season? Because we love talking about him. What does he need to do to become one of the main guys there?
Well, he gets a bit of stick, right? But his thing is he's a free spirit, and at Villa, how he made his name is roaming around the pitch, carrying the ball and doing off-the-cuff stuff. You can't do that at City. You've got to stick to a rigid game plan. But I think when there's a tactical shift next season, he comes alive. I think a couple of players are going to leave, and he's wasted out on the wing, which is my opinion. And I think... next season is where he comes alive. And I tell you also, I think it's going to be staggering next season, is De Bruyne. Because when you see him play for City with no centre forward, his first reaction when he gets the ball is to look up and how can I get somebody in? And there's never anybody there.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to be devastating next season. I really do.
Yeah. Thank you, Noel. It's really lovely to have you on, and even better to have you destroy Jamie O'Hara this morning. I really appreciated that.
You go easy on those bandmates today, mate.
Oh, not a chance, mate. Listen, it'll be on YouTube later. Don't worry about that.
Excellent. Noel, wonderful to speak to you. Have a good
Well done,
day.
mate.
See you
See you
soon.
later. Bye.
Enjoy
All
your
the best.
celebrations as well. Man City winning the league, and Jamie O'Hara. Did you not hear me say, did you go into the dressing room? And he went, no, this is why.
No,
and then
but
you went,
I
did you go into the
thought
dressing room?
afterwards, surely you're not going to want to miss that, being
You've
there and
had
being
one.
able to go in there. But
I know, but that was literally my question. Did you go in? And he went, no, I didn't because of this.
You've had a nuclear.
no, I was 100% listening, but I thought afterwards was my question. Surely you'd want to be a part of it and be in there.
Amazing.
Obviously it was worse than I thought, but I'll take it. Noel Gallagher slaughtering me is not an issue.
Oh, it's just
Had
a
worse
regular
people
day,
slaughter
isn't
me,
it,
that's
on-
for sure.
On talkSPORT Breakfast, the time is 9:46.
talkSPORT Breakfast with Laura Woods. Monday to Wednesday mornings 6 till 10. On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.